Hey guys, welcome to my legal classes. This is Ganesh Pujari, and in the series of Indian Penal Code, we were focusing on chapter 3, which is all about punishments covered between section 53 to 75. And in that series, this is my sixth video from where we are going to start a small part of discussion on fines and default of fines. Why am I discussing fines and default of fines in different parts? Because there are many sections starting from section 63 to 70. This is part 1 in that series where I am going to discuss the first section, that is section 63 and 64. And you might be having one another question. In my last session I have covered section 60. Now where did section 61 and 62 go? I'm not covering them because they are being repealed. I hope that's very clear. With that, I'm starting my first part on fines and default of fines with section 63, and I'm also covering section 64. And from next video onwards, that is from part 2, part 3, etc., I'm covering the other sections related to fines and default of fines. With that, let's get into the first slide. Section 63 discusses about amount of fine, and it says where no sum is expressed to which a fine may extend, the amount of fine to which the offender is liable is unlimited but shall not be excessive. Basically, what does section 63 says? Just follow my chart where I have made it very easy. When one of the punishment is fine and where the sum of fine is not expressed, in that case the liability of the offender is unlimited, but remember, it is not exhaustive. That is why I have given in both red and green. It is unlimited. That means court can fix the amount of fine to whatever extent it feels reasonable. That is why I have mentioned the second part in green. It should not be exhaustive. And if you see the below picture, I have very clearly in a big font mentioned that it should be reasonable. That is a very important application that court has to make. It should apply its mind and put a fine. While discussing about punishments, we need to understand that there can be a lot of combination of punishments. Like for example, there can be imprisonment as well as fines, or there may be imprisonment or fines, or sometime imprisonment only, or sometimes fines only. Now, while we discuss about fines, under lot of provisions we are seeing fine as a punishment, but most of them are not talking about what is the amount of punishment. So section 63 focuses on them. Wherever the amount of fine is not discussed, there court has to apply its mind and put a reasonable fine. That is what in a nutshell you need to understand. Now few examples, like if you read section 277 of IPC, which discusses about fouling water of public spring or reservoir, where there can be imprisonment up to 3 months or fine of 500 rupees or combination of both. Now here the amount is already specified and court cannot put any fine about 500 rupees. But if you read the immediate section, that is section 278, it discusses about making atmosphere noxious to health. Now here what happens, there is only mention of fine up to 500 rupees. Now here what happens, there cannot be any imprisonment for the offense under section 278, and court can ask the offender to pay fine up to 500 rupees. So there the amount is already specified. But if you read section 281 of IPC, which discusses about exhibition of false light, mark or buoy, where the punishment is up to 7 years of imprisonment or fine or both. If you read the section carefully, there is no mention of what is the amount that should be paid by the offender. So here comes the role of section 63, which gives authority to the court to decide what should be the fine for that particular offender, and the liability there on the offender is unlimited, but court needs to remember that it should not be exhaustive and court should always fix the fine reasonably. I hope that makes section 63 very clear. With that, I am taking you guys to section 64. Section 64 Bail Act provision is quite lengthy. What I will do, I will first explain you guys with the chart that I have made on section 64, and then I will read out the section. First, let us look into the chart which makes it easy to understand what is section 64 all about. Section 64 discusses about sentence of imprisonment for non-payment of fine. Now here is my chart which discusses about section 64. I have made it very easy. In every case when an offense is punishable with, now here you are seeing three major combination of punishments which are covering fines. The first one, imprisonment as well as fine. The second one, imprisonment or fine. The third one, only fine. Now any of this combination is the one of the punishment, and in which the court has decided to put fine to the offender. So if you see the blue boxes, everywhere I have mentioned offender sentenced to fine with or without imprisonment. In the second, offender sentenced to fine, and the third one, offender sentenced to fine. Here court had option in first and second case to give imprisonment as well as fine, or imprisonment or fine, and the third one was about fine. And in all these three cases, imagine that one of the punishment was fine. In that case, the sentencing court shall be competent to direct that what it can direct, if there is any default in payment of such fine, offender shall be imprisoned for certain time. Read that black box. I have made a separate box where I have mentioned if default in payment of such fine, offender shall be imprisoned for certain time. Like for example, in case 1 or 2 or 3, all the three cases which we have already understood, imprisonment as well as fine, imprisonment or fine only. Imagine that the court asked to pay him 1000 rupees fine, and if he is defaulting, that means he is not paying the fine, unable to pay the fine, what happens? In that case, the court which is sentencing that punishment, which is asking him to pay the fine, can give imprisonment for him to certain time for non-payment of such fine. I hope that is very clear. That is what section 64 discusses about. And then it also says that the additional punishment is in addition to the imprisonment which is already given if there is any. Like for example, in case 1 and 2, there is imprisonment as well as fine, or imprisonment or fine. In that case, whatever imprisonment is been already given, like for example, if it is 3 years, that 3 years need to be served. Along with that, whatever additional punishment is given for defaulting the fine, that imprisonment also need to be served. It is plus alpha. You have already 3 years of imprisonment, and plus you have to serve additional imprisonment for not paying the fine. Or if it is only fine, okay, we asked you to pay rupees 5000 as fine, but you have not paid fine. For that, you have to go through imprisonment for certain amount of time. That you need to understand. That is very clear. It is not a part of imprisonment which is already given as a punishment. This is plus alpha. Like for example, if imprisonment was for 7 years, for default of fine, which was an additional punishment, if there was any, in that case, that will be an additional imprisonment to 7 years. So it will be 7 years plus additional imprisonment for default of fine. On the other hand, if it was only fine which was the punishment, for that case, for default of fine, there will be an imprisonment which court will mention in its judgment. I hope that is very clear. Now coming to the last part, if there is any commutation of sentence by the appropriate government, at this moment don't ask me what is commutation. It is reduction of sentence, which we have already discussed in the previous lessons. Now here, whenever there is a reduction, like for example, we will take the same case, 7 years of imprisonment and fine. Now the appropriate government has decided to reduce the imprisonment from 7 years to 3 years. Now what happens here? He has to go through that 3 years of imprisonment, and if he fails to pay the fine, In that case, he will have additional imprisonment for default of fine unless and until the appropriate government has reduced or removed that particular fine also. Till the time he has that responsibility to pay the fine as a part of punishment, he has to pay it, and if he is not making the payment, then he will go through imprisonment as an additional punishment. I hope that is very clear. Now we have understood section 64 with my chart. Let's quickly go through the Bare Act provision before I conclude this session. The class will continue. In between, I just wanted to share an important update with you guys. I have joined the Unacademy team as an educator for CLAT 2023 batch, and I would like to request you all to download the Unacademy app and follow me there also. And while buying the subscription over there, please buy the subscription with my code GYAN07, that is GAN07, to get additional 10% discount. And what's happening in Unacademy this week? I am conducting classes on general exceptions as well as the burden of proof, etc. And at the same time, there is a beginners batch starting for the year 2023 for CLAT from 13th October 2021. Now you can get the details of all those classes in Unacademy app, and for my classes you can also join Ganesh Pujari Law for All Telegram group, where I will keep updating my daily classes there. Please join that Telegram group so that you get all information. Other than that, the Law Vista batch is starting on 15th October 2021. This is the beginners batch for CLAT 2023. If you are an aspirant, please join that too. As I said, section 64 discusses about sentence of imprisonment for non-payment of fine, and you can read this section in 3 different parts. The first part discusses about in every case of an offense punishable with imprisonment as well as fine. Here both the punishments are coming, in which the offender is sentenced to a fine whether with or without imprisonment. Here one of the punishment is fine. Maybe he was given imprisonment or may not be. That is the first part. The second part is in every case of an offense punishable with imprisonment or fine or with fine only. Here what happens? The punishment is either imprisonment or fine, or maybe fine only, in which again the offender is sentenced to a fine. If you observe, in all these 3 cases, court has sentenced to a fine. That is very important. Then the last part. It shall be competent to the court which sentences such offender to direct by the sentence that in default of payment of the fine, the offender shall suffer imprisonment for a certain time or term, in which imprisonment shall be in excess of any other imprisonment to which he may have been sentenced. So whatever imprisonment already been given, if it is given, that will be the punishment, and in addition to that there will be additional imprisonment. That is why I always said plus alpha. And if there was no imprisonment, it was only fine, in that case for default of fine he will go through imprisonment. And the last line is about commutation of sentence. If there is any commutation of sentence by the appropriate government, in that case what happens? Whatever reduction has been done on the imprisonment or fine, after that if there was supposed to be paid any fine and if there is any default of fine, on that there will be imprisonment. I hope that is very clear. So that makes section 64, and with that I am handing over this presentation to Nishan.
What do you think? Is it possible or impossible? If you think it is possible, it is possible. With that, I am concluding this session. Please subscribe our channel. Please like, share and comment our videos. Thank you. Bye-bye.